What is going on, people? Today I will be talking about Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2 Hellbound on Blu-ray. And if you guys couldn't tell just from my voice, I am sore right now. I'm trying to work on it for you guys, but that can't stop my Halloween event that I'm doing for you guys. So the show must go on. Getting right into the movies themselves, I wanted to include this on one big Hellraiser movie review, so this might be a little long for you guys. The first movie was directed by Clive Barker, and you can definitely tell. He wrote the book, and he definitely has a love for this material. I love the way that the story unfolds, and how just dramatic it actually is when you get down to it. And just the weird sexual elements that come into play here are very horrific. And still, it makes you think. It isn't just gore for gore's sake. And that is something that I've really thought about during this particular viewing of this movie. The acting here, when I got used to it, is pretty good. And I overall just really love the story of this woman that had an affair, and everything is coming back to haunt her, and she is forced to deal with this affair from a horrific standpoint and what she is driven to do by it. It is really horrific and thought-provoking, and I am assuming that everybody has seen Hellraiser, but the introduction of Pinhead and the Cenobites towards the end of the film is just horror movie gold. And you know what? I love it. Love it. And I wanted more of it. And that is one thing. This movie leaves you wanting more, and it has you right where it wants you. And for that, I'm actually going to give Hellraiser a 9 out of 10. And when you're getting into Hellraiser Hellbound, this movie gets really maligned for not having Clive Barker back. And really, his original vision was not to make Pinhead kind of like a Freddy Krueger character, like a horror movie like icon. But that character that he created and put in front of you just screams for that. And this movie definitely puts him in that mold. I like it, and I really support the push for it. And with this movie, no, the acting is quite horrible. It is not the acting from the first film, but the imagery is there. I love the dreamscape. I love the score of this film. I feel like Christopher Young did an excellent job here, even better than the first. And the just when they go into the Leviathan, and when you get into just the maze and so much of the imagery in this movie, it's just captivating. And I love the creativity that went into this movie. I'm actually going to give it 8 out of 10. I really like it. And getting into the Blu-ray copies of both of these movies, they both look the same. And there is almost no difference between them. So they are going to get the same score here. And what I will say is all of them in this transfer have been released previously. These aren't new transfers. They are just repackagings, but I figured I would review them just because I don't see these releases being reviewed on YouTube, so I figured I would give you guys this. They look great. They both look great. They have heavy grain, but these are very low budget and very heavily grained films. And I don't really want to change that. That adds to the feel and the grit. And these were both given 2K digital scans. Close-ups, you notice it the most. And, that's what most people will say about these scans that are of older films. But hey, that is here. You get the most detail there. And you get the most clarity also. There is some softer scenes, but I do feel like it isn't ruinous. Black levels are excellent. They are just dark and inky and just the way you would want this to be. And, when you were talking about the detail when it comes to these creations, I love all of these horror creations. They have such great detail to them. And on this Blu-ray transfer of both films, I just feel like they have never looked better. Specifically in Hellbound, that's the second movie, you just get a lot more of them. And I really do appreciate the step up in just the way that the movie looks. In that particular film, I love just the surroundings of the maze, and the depth of field feels very stepped up here. I am actually going to give this an 8 out of 10. This is a very pleasing uptick from the DVDs that are of these films. And as far as audio quality goes, we are given a DTS HD 5.1 mix. And if you prefer the stereo mix of both of these films, that is available also. And what I will say is this is great. This is just what you want. I would love an Atmos version of these films, but I would love these in 4K also. So what are you going to do? But what you have here is a track that has a great amount of bass response and speaker separation that is also awesome. And you know what? The surrounds here are heavily used, and that is something that is really, really done expertly well here. And when you're talking about the vocals here, I didn't have any problem hearing them. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It's great. And as far as the digital copy here goes, I'm not even going to get into it because there is no digital copy. So instead, we are going straight into these special features. And oh my God, the amount of special features here is insane on both films. You get 3 audio commentaries for Hellraiser and 2 on the Hellraiser Hellbound. And all of them are musts as far as people that are into audio commentaries. They're great, they're legendary, and they're nothing new, but they are just really well done. Both have 6 to 7 featurettes that go into every single part of this film and how it was made. You could not ask for anything more here. Anything more. And on top of that, you have repackaging that is great and unbelievable. I would want posters of all of these. They reverse, so you get the classic look and then you have a newer look. They are awesome. And you know what? For this, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. You couldn't ask for anything more as far as special features goes. This is top notch. These are old-fashioned horror movies that really just give you what you want. If you don't like the new CGI aesthetic that is going on in horror films today, then you know what? Check these out. The level of practical effects here are insane, and I love that about both of these films. And they are both ones that I feel like I want to rewatch again and again and again just for that alone. And when you add up all my scores for Hellraiser and Hellraiser Hellbound, Hellraiser gets a 35 out of 40 and Hellbound gets a 34 out of 40. And that is just like the small drop in quality of the film itself. But if you're a fan of both of these are horror movie musts for people. And the repackaging is crazy good. Couldn't ask for more special features in this. So pick these up, guys. These are day one pickups. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. You guys are awesome. Hopefully my voice clears up, and I will see all of you next time.